Hi, welcome to Sacred Space Online and welcome to our Gentle Beginners series. And this is class 2. And these classes build upon each other, so it's helpful to take 1 and then 2 because we have explanations in each of them that we drop off as we've done it before. Okay? So we're going to start just like we started the last class in mountain pose. So front side of the body is nice and engaged. Equal standing in the feet, gentle bend in the knees, lengthen the tailbone, draw the shoulder blades down and back, belly button towards the backbone, chin's not surfing forward but pulled in, reach through the crown of the head. Now take 5 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Last 2. Now inhale, widen the palm, reach the hands up. Now out through the mouth, hands to heart. And then moving into that shoulder opener, inhale, hands forward. Exhale, hands behind, clasp the hands, roll the shoulders back. Now, last time we stayed here. This time you can stay just where you stayed last time. Just breathe here. Or on the inhales, you can lift to the toes. Exhale, slowly lower the heels and lift the toes. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, lower toes lift. One more time. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, lower toes lift. Now we're going to plant the feet. And we're going to take our clasped hands, either with a strap or just clasped hands, right behind the hips or wherever they naturally land. Pull the chin back, lengthen the tailbone, belly button towards the backbone, and start to lift the heart up. So I'm going to do this from the side. So I'm going to start to lift up for back extension and breathe here, okay? So you want to make sure you're lifted up out of that rib cage. If this bothers you, you can just breathe here with clasped hands. So let's take 3 deep breaths. Now inhale, crown the head up. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, sweep it up. Big sigh, hands to heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, left hand holds right wrist. Lengthen the tailbone. Inhale, push the palm up. Gather the shoulder blades. Exhale, over to the left. Right side body stretch. 3 breaths here. Now inhale, reach it up. Separate the hands. Drop the shoulders. Big sigh, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand holds left wrist. Lengthen the tailbone. Gather the shoulder blades. Inhale up. Exhale, over to the right. Left side body stretch. 3 breaths here. Inhale, reach up. Separate the hands. Drop the shoulders. Big sigh, hands to heart. Now inhale up, gentle bend the knees. Let's come down to our first fold. You can get those blocks and place them in front of the feet. And then we're going to inhale, halfway lift. So halfway lift, heart pulls forward, tailbone back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale here, exhale, bend the knees like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, legs straighten. Exhale, bend. Then inhale, straighten the legs, pull the heart forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Blocks can come closer to the feet. Crown of the head reaches towards the floor. Weight is in the center of the foot. 5 breaths here. Last breath here. Now, we're going to pull the heart forward, okay? And I'm changing the level of my blocks. And I'm going to turn my feet out, and I'm going to sit down for Hindi squat, okay? So Hindi squat, if you can't, you see my feet, my heels are all the way down, all right? This is also called malasana. Now, say I couldn't get to this here, my heels were up. One thing I could try is widen my feet. A lot of times the feet are too close together. We're not used to, letting the body be this way. We can also place a block under the sit bones. Just don't do it on its highest level. So here's low, here's middle, here's high. High to unstable. So you can be on the middle, and the heavier the block, the more stable it is. Now say that this is still too much for my body. The other option is to bring the bolster in and actually bring the weight so it's not straight down on the tailbone, but you still have the symbol of, or the feeling of the knees open. So this space is open. So I can be here, if I can push the hips forward and be here and take that same Hindi squat. Or I can be here, pulling the hips forward and breathe here. So choose the one that works for you. Sitting on bolster, sitting on the block, or sitting without either. Now, if it's just the heels, you can also put a blanket under the heels and be on the heels. If this pose is not right for your knees or your ankles, then just skip this, wind me forward, and take me to child. Okay? All right. So let's put, if you're taking this pose, push into the palms, draw the shoulder blades down the back, push into the triceps, and open the hips. Cast the gaze to the fingertips, and let's take 5 breaths here. The last 2. Now take an inhale, push into the palms, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, bring the hands down, hips lift up, toes turn forward. I can have my blocks if I need them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, and let's rise up. Big sigh, hands to heart. And then release this, and we're going to come down to our knees. So moving your blocks out of your way, we're going to come into child's pose with the knees together, all right? And pull back through the hips and reach through the fingertips. And take 3 breaths here. We're going to make our way to hip circles, moving right to left first. So inhale far to the right, come forward, exhale far to the left, come back. Inhale far to the right, come forward, exhale far to the left, and back. Now 3 more with your breath. And we're going to bring it all the way back to child. And we're going to start the other direction. Inhale far to the left. Come forward, exhale far to the right. And back. Inhale far to the left. Come forward, exhale far to the right. And back. Now 3 more, your breath pattern. I may have lost count. I'm going to do one more just in case. So if I went too far, sorry. And coming back to child. And then walk the hands back towards the knees. I just want to show you something. We're going to add child and modified plank. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you because we're going to do tabletop cat and cow, which you've done before, and then we're going to move into child modified plank, and we're going to do it 3 times, so lower to the belly to Sphinx. So we're adding this little piece that's going to come after tabletop cat and cow. All right, so let me show you what it looks like. What we're moving with is from the center of the body, we want to pull long into modified plank, and we want our shoulder blades to come down the back, and our body to feel level. We don't want the hips high, but we want the full length of the body coming forward. So it moves off child, and it looks like this. I inhale, roll forward from the center, and see how as I roll forward, my feet lift, my shoulder blades come back. And then from my center, I push back. On the inhale, I roll forward, and the exhale, I push back. So that's going to come in after we do the tabletop series. So it'll come straight out from child, okay? So let's come to tabletop and take cat and cow. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, gently round. Inhale, heart forward. And exhale, gently round. 2 more, your breath pattern. Now on this exhale, when you round, hold the round and gently push your hips towards the heels. Now keep pushing and come all the way back to child. Bring your focus behind your belly button. Reach through your fingertips. Moving from that center, inhale, gently roll forward, modified plank. Exhale, push back. Child. 2 more. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, push back. Now, inhale, roll forward, and exhale, elbows in, shoulder blades are back so the rotator cuffs are protected. Keep the elbows in and lower to the floor. Make your way to Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders, reach through the toes, lengthen the tailbone. Now bring your gaze slightly forward and down. Take 5 breaths. Last 2. Okay, now we're going to drop the heart down and move into seal posture. So let me show you what seal is so that we can move into it, and there's going to be 2. Now let's say you go to seal and it's like, Melody, this ain't happening. What can I do? Come back to this posture. Come back to Sphinx. All right, so I'm going to show you, what seal looks like, and this is an option instead of seal, is Sphinx. So when I come down, I'm moving my block so you can see. Now, you want to make sure that your surface that your hands are on, so I don't want them on my mat because that's so intense. So we're going to take our feet as wide as our mat and point our toes and lay all 10 toes on the mat. We're going to take our hands, so we don't want them way forward because there's not enough, the arms don't support the body enough to be that far out, okay? They can be out a little bit, and of course you'll kind of have to judge for yourself where that is. The further away from the body, the less intensity on the back, because seal and Sphinx are back extensions, all right? So I like to you want the fingertips to face out. That's why it's called seal. You look like a little seal. You want the arms to straighten, but the shoulder not locked out. So there's a gentle bend in the elbows as far as you're not in any kind of hyperextension. And then you want to make sure that, that there's no pain in the low back. So I'm going to take my fingertips. They're just in front of my shoulders and out to the side. They're off my mat. Fingertips face out. I'm reaching through the toes. Lift the heart up. Now pull your shoulder blades down your back and then gently push in to lift up. So I'm not locking out the arms, but they're straight. Okay, now I don't want my chin up. I want to bring it slightly forward and down. Now let's take 5 breaths. Last 3. Now take an inhale and exhale, gently lower down. I'm going to bend my elbows and place my left ear on the mat. Mine's not going to come all the way down because of my mic. But once I'm down, gently rock the heels side to side. The hips. Rock the hips side to side. And then stillness. Take an inhale through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. Now you're here 3 more deep breaths. Gently bring this back to center. Get my mic away from my mouth a little bit. All right, now we're going to come in for our second seal. All right, so remember you can be in Sphinx if you like. So I'm going to widen the feet, all 10 toes on the mat, lift the heart, shoulder blades down the back, fingertips facing out. Test the ground, make sure you're not going to slip. Inhale up for your second seal. Bring the gaze slightly down, 5 breaths. Last 2. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Arms out like cactus. Get my hair out of the way. Now, rock the hips side to side. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And then just breathe here 3 breaths. And then gently bring the forehead back to center. Bring the hands behind the shoulders and push back to that child and take a couple of breaths here. So this is a counter to the back extension. You're in back flexion. Then gently come forward to tabletop and round for that cat. You're in deeper counter, still back flexion. And then start to shift your feet over to the right, lean onto your left hip and swing the legs around. Okay, so now we're going to come into the center of our mat and come onto our back. So remember in that other, so now if you want to come onto your back, the safest way is to come to the side, lower down, and come onto the back. Okay, so I'm on my back here. Take a big inhale through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. All right, let's add some angel wing breathing here so you'll know what this looks like. So we have 2 new breaths here. Prana building and, no, not prana building. This is a new breath. This is angel wing breathing. Prana building is going to be in the next one. All right, so let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to extend my legs. And I'm going to, in angel wing breathing, it can start from the hands down by the side or up. So we're going to start them by the side. Inhale, so let me move my blocks. I'm going to inhale, skim the earth, reach up. Now big exhale out through the mouth as I come very close to the body to push the energy down off the feet, okay? So I'm going to make that sound. Inhale, skim the earth. Exhale out through the mouth and bring it down. All right, let's take 3 together. Inhale, swing it out and up. Big sigh, out through the mouth, down the front. Push the energy off the feet. Inhale, sweep it out and up. Exhale down the front. Last one. Inhale, skim the earth. Reach it up. Exhale out through the mouth. Bring it down. Hands lay down by the side. And then gently bend that right knee and the left knee. And then give both knees a squeeze. Now this is where we're moving into a new posture, Apanasana. So we're going to extend the left leg while holding the right knee into the chest. This supports the right side of the colon, or the ascending section of the colon. Notice how I'm floating my left heel. Take 2 breaths here. Now I'm going to gently lower the left heel to the mat, and I'm going to take that right thigh, so but it feels like I'm holding my knee. Now you can hold behind the knee if that feels better to your knee, or on the top if you have no knee issues. I'm going to slide my right leg to the outside of my right rib cage and take 3 breaths here. Now I'm going to gently bring the right knee on top of the right rib cage, hug it into the chest, and gently bring my left knee to meet my right and squeeze both knees into the chest. And then I'm going to release my right leg straight, extend it forward. I'm going to float my right heel, hug my left knee into the chest. Let's take 2 breaths. So this supports the left side of the colon, or the descending part. Gently lower your right heel, slide your left knee to the outside of your left rib cage, pull that left thigh towards the ground. Remember, you can hold behind the knee or on top. Let's take 3 breaths here. Now gently bring the knee on top of the rib cage. Right knee meets the left. Hug both knees into the chest. All right, now I'm going to spin around on my mat so you can see this. So you just stay where you are. All right, so say my knees are pulled into my chest, okay? Then if I can, I'm going to lift my feet and hold the sides of the feet. And now I'm drawing both thighs on either side down to the mat. And I'm going to take my tailbone to face the back or the front wall, okay? So tailbone's reaching this way. Now let's say I can't reach my feet. I can reach behind my knees and pull the thighs down and be here. Ideal is ankle over knees. All right, so choose the one that works for you. You can also hold the big toe and pull it down. Try not to build tension in the shoulders. Now let's take 3 breaths here. Let's take 5. Last breath. Okay, so now we're going to release that, hug the knees into the chest and give them a squeeze, and we'll spin back to where I was, okay? And knees into the chest. Now I'm going to drop my left foot down, and I'm going to extend my right leg towards the ceiling and place the right knee on top of the left. I'm going to extend my arms out to a T, so we're doing another reclined twist like we did in the first video, but this one is going to be with knee on top of knee. If you cannot do that, you can have knee beside a knee and do like we did in the first video and just come over to this side. So this is eagle leg twist, knee on top of knee. You still want to shift the hips to the right in order to drop the knees to the chest. The gaze still follows the right hand if that supports your neck, or stay up towards the ceiling. Now let's take 5 breaths. Gently lift this up. Uncross the legs. Shift the hips past center and over to the left. Right foot by the left. Extend the left leg up to the sky. Left knee on top of right. Let me take off my mic. Okay. Now, hips shift to the left. Knees over to the right. Gaze follows left hand. Remember, if this is not right, you can always uncross the legs and just have knee by knee. Gaze follows that left hand or gaze up. Choose if you want the legs crossed or not. And breathe here 5 breaths. Now gently lift this up, uncross the legs, shift the hips back to center, and then we'll move into our Shavasana. Let's pull the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, forehead to the knees, feet come down to the floor, and we'll move into our corpse pose. You don't have to have a bolster underneath the knees, but you can. Now you can turn us off and set your own timer. We're just doing a 3-minute Shavasana here, but you may want a 5-minute or 7 minutes here. So you choose, but no, in 3 minutes, just relax for those 3 minutes and we'll wake you up, or not, I don't mean wake you from sleep, but just from that resting place. So let any thoughts go. Arms come out by the side bodies, palms face out, shoulder blades down the back. Let's take a couple of cleansing breaths. Big inhale. Big sigh. And again, big inhale. Big sigh. Any more that you need. And from this, so Lisa will time us, and in 3 minutes, in 3 minutes, I'll wake you up from just this place of peace, okay? Well, hopefully I'm not waking you up from peace. I'll just move you out of Shavasana. All right, here we go. It's time to deepen your breath. Movement back into your fingers and toes. And if you're on that bolster, gently maybe bend the right knee and kick that bolster away. Push it out of your way. Feet to the floor. Now let's gently slide the hips over to the right. But let's roll over onto our left side for fetal position. Maybe place that left arm under the left cheek. And just breathe here, a couple of breaths in fetal. Then slowly press into that right palm, slide the left hand towards the body, and gently start to make the way up to seated. Okay? So we'll close off the class with Om. And you can sit any way you want. I'm very comfortable I'm more comfortable here than cross-legged position, all right? So let's choose. Got to get my clothes all straight here, all right? We'll do our standard Om, Ah, E. Okay, so let's take a cleansing breath. Big inhale. Big sigh. If you'd like to Om, inhale. Om. Big inhale. Big sigh. Allow your hands to come to heart center. Thank you so much for letting me share in your yoga practice and for you sharing your spirit, breath, energy, and heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your presence, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.